Hey everybody, Trevor here with Hanging High Hammocks. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are splicing Whoopie Slings. These are a hammock suspension system that attaches to the gathered end of your hammock via a continuous loop, dog bone, or lark's head directly to the end of your hammock, and then attaches to your tree straps with a marlin spike hitch. These Whoopie Slings here have a locked brummel on one end. This is what attaches to your hammock, and then the whoopee part is what attaches to your tree strap. These ones here are going to be 6 feet in length, and they will have a bead to prevent the whoopee from pulling back through itself, like so. That if this did pull back through, it would render these useless, and you would be out of luck. Stay tuned, and we will get splicing. So before we begin splicing, you will need some tools. If you order our DIY kit, it will come with these 3 tools here. It comes with a hobby knife. Yours will look a little different than ours. It will come with a latch hook and a knitting needle. You can use other materials. These are just what I find to be the easiest to splice with. The latch hook here, if you can see, has a latch on one end or behind the hook, and then the hook there, that's what allows you to splice and pull the Amsteel back through itself. And then a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle. You can buy more expensive fids, but I find this works well, and I've been using this for several years now with no issues. You also will need a cutting mat or cutting board of some sort, and then you also need a way to measure the Amsteel where you're splicing. Ruler, or if you do have a cutting mat with measurements already on it, you are all set. Okay, so to make a 6-foot long Whoopie Sling, we need to start with a piece of Amsteel that is 13 feet in length. I find that a 6-foot Whoopie Sling gives you a good option to span between trees while still remaining lightweight. So after you have your 13-foot piece of Amsteel, we will have to go ahead and taper the ends. To taper the ends, what you want to do is get about a 1/2 inch of taper. So what you'll do is measure a 1/2 inch. So start here on each end. Take your needle, open it up, and splice through. And you want 4 strands on this side, 4 strands on this side, and then separate and repeat the process. 4 and 4, pull it through. And then we will cut off one side, which will leave, take 4 off, 4 strands off, leave 4 on. The reason we do this, it just gives it a more natural taper once you bury it back into itself, like so. When it's buried in there, it will slowly go down instead of having just a sharp, abrupt edge right there inside of the Amsteel once you bury it. So what we'll do next is we will create the locked brummel, which will go to your hammock end. So to create the lock brummel, what you need to do is, I use my thumbnail, but to do a mark at 4 inches, and then a mark at 10 inches. As you see, I'm using the 10. It's in the middle of my cutting mat. So I'm just going from 10 to 14 to 20. And like I said, I use my nail. You see there are indentions in there. You can also use a marker or Sharpie. Make sure that's correct. Yep. There you go. And then from here, we will open this up and then stick the needle through. You'll have 4 strands on this side, 4 strands on that side, and then repeat the process. Like so. So once you have this, you'll take it off, and you will pull the end through the 10-inch mark. So you're going to pull this one through here, like so. And when you are putting your tapered end into your latch hook, what you want to do is try to get the hook where you cut the 4 strands off, right at the end of that. And you'll slide this forward and it'll push the latch closed. So slide this forward and it closes your latch, and you'll pull your end through. And you want this hole to pull through like so, and open it back up. Now, take your latch hook again, go through this hole, and you'll take the far end all the way back here. Take the far end, and you're going to pull that through this hole, through the 4-inch hole. Slide that through, close your latch, pull through, and you'll take this and just pull it all the way through, like so. And then as you keep pulling, it'll close and create a locked brummel. So when you pull, this will not slide. And now to clean it up, what we'll do is we're going to bury this through the Whoopie, the Amsteel here. So we'll guess, we'll see how long it is right there, and then you go about 1 inch past it, open it up, and then feed your latch hook all the way to your locked brummel. And what you want to try to do is come out as close to here as possible. So I'm going to actually go up one more, and you can twist it, a twisting motion here as you're pushing it through, and it'll pop out. What you do want to make sure is that you don't push your latch hook through any single strands. You want to make sure that it comes out cleanly between 2 strands. And then you will take the end here, again, put the hook close to where you cut the 4 strands off. That way this will fold over and pull through cleanly. Slide this up to close your latch, and then work it through. You pull it, just work it through, pull this, your end, pull it, and as you saw, it caused this to rise up, which means that this is tight in there, and then you're going to milk the berry here to hide your end. So your lock brummel is done, and now you'll go on to creating the part of the Whoopie Sling that gives you your adjustment. So from here, what I do is I do 8 inches. Again, I'll mark that for you so you can see. 8 inches. And then you want your berry to be 9 inches in length. So from 10, I go to 19. Or if you're starting at 0, you will go to 9. And then like so. We have that marked there. And what we're going to do is pull the opposite end through here and then out this side to create the Whoopie Sling. So take your latch hook. I try to keep it even with here where your lock brummel is. So I'll open up the Amsteel there, follow it on top, and go as close to the top as possible. That way it's just a little cleaner. And then we'll feed it all the way through like so. And then make sure I went in here on the top, make sure it's all even, and that you're coming out on the top here as well. Again, that just gives you a cleaner whooping. So once that's done, you want to go and grab the end. And now, this is very important to add a bead to this end, just like so, and you're done with that. And now take this end here, again, latch hook, or the hook, where you cut the taper, push it into the hook, and then slide your berry up to close the latch, and then feed through like so. Once you have that through, we are going to create a tail on the Whoopie Sling here. This tail will prevent the end here from pulling through. So what we're going to do is just double this down on itself and create a tail. You want your tail to be 2.5 inches. So from 10 or 0, I will go to 2.5, mark it. Again, I mark it with my thumb, but so you can see, I will mark it with the marker. And what you're going to do is you can fold this over to get an idea. Once you do it a few times, you'll know where you need to go in. I'll typically go about 1.5 to 2 inches past the end here, just so this is completely buried and you don't, nothing is sticking out. So open up your Amsteel, feed your latch hook through, and then where you marked is where you want to come out. So right there. And now insert your Amsteel into the hook, close the latch, and then wiggle the tail in. Do this kind of slow. Once this folds in and is clean, you'll just pull the Amsteel out. I do it like that. Pinch here so it doesn't pull it any farther, and then pull your latch hook towards you like that, so your tail is out. Now pinch here again, pinch here, and milk the berry. And now what that does is creates a tail that will not pull back through here. It's like so. It just scrunches up, as you can see. And then the bead that we inserted prevents the end from pulling through and creating a useless Whoopie Sling. So that is good to go there. And again, this will go to your tree strap, marlin spike hitch, and then this end here will go to your hammock. You'll create a lock brummel, put your hammock through, and let it cinch down on itself. And you have created your first Whoopie Sling. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. If you could, it would mean a lot to us to hit the subscribe button. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website. If you subscribe to our website, we send out discounts and news feed about new videos released and if we have new products released. And until next time, get hanging.